I didn't quite know how to play it, and we had a guy at Origins actually come up, some Australian guy with like a cowboy hat, and he came up and started teaching us the game, like the whole group, and I'm so thankful he did it. It was really cool him doing that for us. Hey, I'm Devin.
And I'm Mary Kate.
And we're picking up pieces.
A channel all about board game pieces.
And how to pick them up. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about our Origins 2023 board game haul.
Yeah, so a couple days ago, we posted our recap of Origins 2023. And today, we're going to be showing you all the board games we bought while we were there.
Yeah, which was a lot of fun. It was great. If you haven't watched that video, go ahead and watch that. And then with our board game haul, it felt like a lot more games.
While we were there?
While we were there, and it wasn't. And so I think we showed some good self-control. I think it was around 8 to 10 games. How many games? Was counted up real quick? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
9.
9 games. 9 games. They're all right here. Obviously, we're going to see us throw them up over here. And so we'll start off with like some of the smaller box games, and then we'll build up to the games we're more excited about. So let's get into it with...
I am pretty happy about both of these small box games.
Dandelions and Big Top. And so these games are by All Play, and we had a blast playing both of these. It was played with Q. And so Q showed us both these games and convinced us to buy it. So there you go, Q. I'm plugging you, man. So
I was super pumped to play this game just because it's really cute. We haven't played our copy yet, but we played the demo copy while we were there.
Yeah. Dandelions, can you explain it?
Dandelions, you basically have your little pieces and you're rolling dice. And then there's 5 cards set out.
Yeah.
And each card is worth different amounts of scoring. And they have different spots on them. So you roll your dice and then you move your piece, the number that you
get to pick the dice you want to use to move that many spaces, and then it's more points the farther along it is. And so, but the thing that comes in this game is that it's a blocking game where your piece can block spots from the other player moving to that spot. So I think it'd be good at actually maybe like a 3 to 4 player account.
This is 2 to 3 players.
Oh, okay. I think it would be good at a 3 player account. So yeah,
but
we
it's
played
pretty
it
fun
one
at
time,
a 2-player account too.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it and it's very cute.
Very cute. So it was awesome. And then Big Top, which was my favorite game that I played at All Play whenever we were demoing games. You might not like the circus theme. I know that might be a turnoff, but it's pretty much just an auctioning game.
Yeah.
Or a bidding game. I don't know quite the terminology to use. But if you played Modern Art before, this is more of a simpler version of a Modern Art where you have just one type of auction type, which is just like you go one turn order and you say
until somebody is the only one who hasn't passed.
Yeah. And then you just keep bidding for cards.
But it does have a mechanism where if you bid a particular number that's represented on your card, you put one of your coins on that card or one that you're bidding on, and then once that card is filled up, that's what allows you to get points from it.
Yeah. And so it's really fun because not only points, but you have to have stars. From some cards have stars on them, and if you don't have stars, you don't score
anything. Which is obviously what happened to me when we played this game.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. We also got metal coins, which is pretty sweet. So that was Big Top and Dandelions. Really enjoyed Big Top, one of the funner games we played. And then we also got Splitto, which was great.
We talked about this in our Origins recap video. It's a game that kind of uses the same similar mechanism to Between Two Castles, where you have, or Between Two Cities, where you have cards and you have to build up points in piles with both of your neighbors.
I think it's Between Two Castles, but yeah, where you're putting one card pile here and one card pile here, and then the points you add up on one card pile, then you add up with the other card pile, and then you multiply them together. And so that's how you score points. It's a nice filler game, and also could play it 3 to 8 players, and it was fun at 5. So I don't think you absolutely need 8 players. I think you'd be fine with probably 4. Because you don't have conversations with everybody at the table. You're mainly having conversations with the people next to you. But it's still hilarious. It's still good. You don't need to have conversations with everybody at the table
it's a fun
game. I liked it a lot. So definitely Splitto.
Again, share everything but the victory.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. Whenever we played it, I scored 130 points. I was.
You're very proud of that.
Straight up killed it. I mean, because the next closest player was at 70. So put that in your mind. That's almost double the next closest player. So it wasn't like there was a second player. I was first and second.
Alright, what do you want to talk about next?
Down there.
Down here?
What we got?
Well, the game that we were wanting when we arrived
was Distilled.
Distilled.
So this game, it looks like a chunky boy. It's a big one. And so the game pretty much is you're distilling alcohol. And then you're trying to sell off alcohol.
You're making different recipes.
Yeah, making different recipes. And so the game is very thematic. Thematic to the core, like down to the mechanics, which I absolutely love. I love the idea of that. I've heard nothing but great things from everybody about it. We haven't opened up our copy yet, obviously. But Distilled, pretty much, I think the key way to show it is that you're getting cards to make alcohol, and whenever you get cards through the distilling process, there's a thing called an angel share, and then also a
devil's portion.
A devil's portion. Pretty much, all the bad things come up to the top of the
like that or whatever it's distilling in, and then more things that you don't want settle on the bottom. So once you get all your ingredients and the yeast and the sugar make the alcohol, you shuffle them all up, and then it becomes kind of a push your luck mechanism where for the angel share and the devil's portion, you take off the top and the bottom card, and what you're left with is what's in the middle. And sometimes that's the recipe you want, and sometimes it's not.
So it's definitely, but every single time you get something, it's definitely a benefit. It's not a negative thing every single turn, even though it can be negative if you don't get your thing that you want to make. And so for us, it seems very good. I really want to play it. The teach at the demo booth wasn't the greatest. It was pretty boring, but I don't think it was the game itself. I think it was just the surrounding area that made it that way. And so I'm not going to hold that against it. I think it has potential to be really good. And so obviously we still bought it. And that's how much we think that this game is going to be good.
And we bought the pack where we also got the expansion, which I don't really know that much about, but we'll see how it goes when we play it.
Yeah, so there's a lot to this game we don't quite know yet. Some of these games we just bought because we were excited to have them. And so we're not recommending it by any means. So that's Distilled. And then also, hey, I'll hold it over here.
Okay.
What else we got?
We got
these
a
two
game that I'm excited about.
Oh, okay. Go ahead then.
We got Boop.
Yeah, really pumped up about Boop.
And I got it signed by the designer, which was fun.
So we actually bought this game twice.
Yeah,
we bought it earlier in the week, which it was a blast being able to buy it, and we played it.
Fun.
And it's so fun. It's such a good abstract game. But it has theme to it, which makes it really accessible.
Yeah, because you have these little cats, and they're sitting on their bed, and you're just putting them in their spot. And if you put a kitten by another kitten, it goes boop. And she wants to have to go away.
Yeah.
Your goal is to get them in a line. It's so fun.
It's really good. And then the designer we saw him the last day, really good guy, really kind. I was really happy he got like Game of the Year or something along those lines.
Origins,
for Origins. So it was really good to talk to him. And that's whenever we were like, okay, well, we'll buy it. And Mary Kate's like, please sign this game. So yeah, Boop was really fun. Yeah, so it definitely is living up to the hype, I think. And I recommend it if you play 2-player a lot. So with Boop, let's go that way. Yeah, Resurgence. All
right. We got
Resurgence and then also Longboard. So this is, you spent at least $60 at the 21st Century booth. You got a free game, and
we got Longboard.
It was like you picked between two, and this is designed by Ryan and Canencia.
So we picked this one.
We don't know much about it. I love Ryan and Canencia, so I'm sure I'm going to love this game. I replayed Raw, Modern Art, or My City, Lost Cities. Ryan and Canencia is magic. And so I'm starting to learn that he might be my favorite designer as of right now, or at least he's the most consistent.
Yeah.
And so Ryan and Canencia is really good. And so obviously we picked
Hopefully we like this game too.
Mm-hmm. I'm really pumped up about Resurgence. This is one of the games I knew the most about going into it, where Resurgence it was not a new game. It came out a couple years ago, but it's, I think, becoming harder to find because they're not doing a reprint or anything like that as of right now, where it's just straight up a bag builder and also worker placement. And so you're pulling out workers, and whenever you do that, you actually place it behind a hidden screen and assign them to worker zones. And so everyone's doing that secretly. And then once I've done that, you reveal what zones you put your workers in, and then you go play an order and then place them in those zones, which has different multiple working places. And so I'm really interested in it. I think it's going to be really good. I've heard nothing but good things about it. The artwork obviously looks amazing. The theme is really cool. It's post-apocalyptic, or, you know, dystopian Russia. And it's not really like a war theme. It's not really about battling each other. It's just about surviving. And so I'm really pumped up about this. I want to play it. It's a thick game. Like, this thing's packed to the brim. They really packed this game in, and it all fits really well. So obviously it looks really cool. I'm super pumped to play this. So we have that.
Two more games.
Which this was our big purchase. This is also the games that just like hit the con off for us, where we're like, okay, we spent like 20-30 minutes deciding if we wanted to buy this or not. We are so happy that we did.
We are really happy we did.
Thunderbird Vendetta.
Maximum Chrome edition.
Maximum Chrome. So this is like the Kickstarter one where they had like some copies at the Origins convention. I'm sure they'll probably have some, not me. This isn't official, but I'm sure they'll have some at Gen Con if they had some at Origins. And so Thunderbird Maximum Chrome is, I'm trying to think, it's just straight up,
it's a dice rolling like Mad Max theme. Wreck into each other at all times car race.
Yeah, it's just like pinball. You're hitting somebody, and then that hits somebody, and then that hits somebody, and
you're rolling dice. Are you gonna run off, get pushed off the board, and then your car explodes? Like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, and it's obviously the artwork looks amazing. We've played it. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I didn't quite know how to play it, and we had a guy at Origins actually come up, some Australian guy with like a cowboy hat, and he came up and started teaching us the game, like the whole group. And I'm so thankful he did it. It was really cool him doing that for us. Yeah. Because I think one thing, the rule book isn't solid on this one. It's kind of hard to read, but the game itself is so fun. It is so good. It's so thematic, which again, I love theme. And the Maximum Chrome came with all of the expansions.
I'm so excited to play the motorcycles expansion.
Yeah, because you get motorcycles to be as instead of just the normal 3 cars. And then they have some other expansions which adds asymmetric powers, not just to you as a player, but to every single individual car that you own has an asymmetric power. And
they also have one that's like a big rig, so you have like a big giant truck that has like 3 pieces, and that's your...
Yeah. So really pumped up about Thunderbird Vendetta. And then also while we were there, we got Brains and Brawn.
So this doesn't come out till September, I think.
Yes, I think so. Yeah. And so they had some copies there. We were able to buy it. Super fun that we bought this. Super glad we bought this. Unmatched, same system, nothing really new besides the new characters.
And they have cool abilities.
Yeah, I've heard Doctor Strange from like people talking at the booth about other people talking to him, like competitive match players, saying Doctor Strange might be broken. Like he might be really good, but I think he might be hard to play as. And we bought this for sure because we got a free copy of Battle Legends Volume 2, which we already gave to somebody. One of our friends at the con. And so trying to spread that unmatched love as far as it can go. So I think that was our games. Look at this back of the artwork, though. Even has a nice little artwork on the back. Hopefully the light isn't like shining on it in any particular way. So yeah, super pumped up about Thunderbird Vendetta. It makes me feel like a little kid and how excited I am about it. And so I think that was fun. All the games that we bought at Origins, which again, it seems like a way more. Definitely way more to our bank account, I'll tell you that. So, guys, thanks for watching. We value all of you, and if we have the chance, we love to play board games with every single one of you. So until next time, bye.
Bye.